Hi Stampers, this is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. I have a new card for you today with a new technique that was shown at Stampin' Up's Leadership Conference held a couple months ago. It's called the reverse photopolymer stamping. And if you'll notice the tree from the sheltering tree stamp set, and I'll show you that in a minute, does not normally have the outline that you see here that's in green. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So let's get started. For supplies, you're going to need Pool Party cardstock for the card base, measuring 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, scored at 4 1/4 inches in the center and folded. Mossy Meadow, 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. Whisper White, 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And you're also going to need a circle cut with just Whisper White cardstock using the 1 3/8 inch circle punch. And we're going to be using that as a stencil. And you're also going to need some twine. I have about 40 inches here. And this is from our one of our kits in our occasions catalog, and I had some left over, so I'm using that twine today for my project. We're also going to be using 2 punches, the 1/2 inch circle punch and the Project Life corner rounder punch. For stamp sets, I am using the Sheltering Tree, and that's available in our occasions catalog 2015. So I'll show you how to get started. Before I do that, I'm going to show you a couple more trees that I stamped using this technique. Here's one with a fall theme and one using green like we're going to do today, and then one using the smaller outline from the tree stamp. For inks today, we're going to be using Pear Pizzazz, Mossy Meadow, Chocolate Chip, and Pool Party. And we're going to start out by using the Pear Pizzazz. And I'm going to bring in my Stamping Pierce mat to give my stamp image a little bit more detail. It just gives you a little bit more push when you stamp your image. So let's get ready with the Pear Pizzazz. And I'm going to ink my stamp. And again, we're doing the reverse side of the actual stamp image. And I'm going to sit still while pushing just for a few seconds. Okay, and there's the outline. Next, we're going to bring in the chocolate chip ink. And I'm going to ink my tree image, and I'm actually going to ink it upside down because it's easier. For me it is anyway. And I'm going to place this right in the center of the image we just stamped. And now what we need to do is use this one facing the right direction. So I'm going to turn it around so I can get all the detail. And we're actually going to use the Mossy Meadow. So I'm going to ink that up. And there's our detail. Now I'm just going to move this one over and stamp just to show you a comparison. So I'm just going to do the tree along with the leaves. And this is how it was meant to be stamped. So you can see now you have 2 variations, and you can use both, or there's one that you prefer. But today I'm just showing you how to do this one, just another way of using your stamp set. Okay, now let's add a little bit more detail to our stamped layer. I'm going to bring in both greens. And I'm just going to add the grassy area. So I'll do this color first, which is the Mossy Meadow. clean my stamp, and then we're going to go in and add the pear pizzazz. And I am overlapping on some of these. Okay, and that does it for the grass. And now we're going to add the sentiment, and instead of using Thankful for You, I'm going to use Thinking of You this time. And put that right there. And now we're going to add our sky. So we're going to bring in our Pool Party ink and our little stencil that we made with the 1 3/8 inch circle punch. And I added just a little bit of adhesive on the back. And I'm just going to go around the circle. Whoops. I'll just hold that in place. I used it for my other card, so it's probably not as tacky as I want it to be. And then I'm just going to go lighter when I'm heading towards the bottom. And then we'll go over to this side and do the same thing. And now I'm just going to remove the circle and just add a little bit very lightly inside just to break up some of that white. Okay. And now all that's left to do is to add our little swing in our tree. Isn't that cute? And I'm going to take all 3 layers, move this over, and I'm going to use the corner rounder to round only the 2 corners on the bottom layer. So that one. And we're going to bring in our stamped panel and do the same thing. And now I'm just going to glue these together with my snail. And the stamp layer. And I don't know if you noticed when I was showing the card at the beginning of the video, I cut a little notch right here with my 1/2 inch circle punch just to give it a different look, and my twine actually goes around the whole card and around this notch. It just makes for a different look to my card. So I'm going to take the twine after I punch my hole. And I'm actually, I don't know if you can see, I'm just actually going through the mossy meadow and the pool party. And there's my notch. You can see right there. And now I'm going to wind my twine around my card 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to tie a bow. And again, if you've watched my other videos, I pull on my loops to make them large, and then I pull in and tighten, pull in and tighten. And then I'm just going to trim my ends. Now, how quick was that? This is one of those 10-minute cards. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or contact me on here by leaving a comment. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you'll give this technique a try. Have a good day.